Yo guys, Josh Gavin here from lowticketoffers.com, and today I wanted to record a quick little audio here in my car as I'm driving to talk about how I launch offers when I don't know what product to create or what market to get into. Now, I know a lot of you guys listening to this are chasing the dream of becoming an offer owner. Maybe you don't want to run your agency anymore. Maybe you're sick and tired of doing copywriting, funnel design, et cetera, and you'd like to finally be on the end of the deal where you make the most amount of money. But you don't have any ideas or passions or products that you know you can sell. So you're faced with this problem of, okay, I want to do offers, but I don't know what to sell. And more importantly, I don't know what to create. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys is that every single offer I put out right now into the market, I have zero experience or personal case studies inside of that market. What that means is I'm getting into industries like random design markets and music industries and all these things where I'm not the guru. I don't have case studies. I don't have testimonials, yet I'm still able to architect out a product and an offer and launch it. So the reason I tell you this is the first thing I want to make clear to you guys is that you don't need to put an offer together or a product together that is based off of your story or your experience. You just don't have to. And I honestly think for a lot of you guys listening to this, that shouldn't even be your first thought to put an offer together based on your experience, because a lot of you got into this game as a setter, a closer, a funnel designer, a copywriter, an agency owner. And so you think, well, okay, if I'm going to do an offer around my experience, it has to be on one of those topics. And that's why we had 1 million people come in this industry saying that they coach coaches, how many coaches, and then he has setters teach setters how to setters, and we have like it just keeps going, and eventually the people at the bottom of the pyramid don't make any money. And for a lot of you in the internet marketing space, I'm sorry, you're kind of late. You're kind of late to this game. If you were to go out there right now and be like, hey, here's how to become a setter, it's gonna be a lot harder to sell that product. Doesn't mean it's impossible. I just said it's gonna be a lot harder. So I always encourage people that are trying to get into the offer game to look outside of their experiences and instead look at other people's experiences. Now, if you guys are in the Nothing Held Back Facebook group, Alan Soltanich, however you say it, talks about this model of publishing, which is essentially you just find someone else who has an expertise and you go to them and say, hey, you create the product, I do the marketing, and we make money together, right? Pretty standard. You know, people do it all the time when they have business partners, but this way allows you to have complete ownership and you get 50% of the money, and it's a great process. And so I always encourage people to like, hey, you know, you can go that route. You can look at other people's experiences and put their products together. Now, another thing that you can do, and this is something I do, is I go out to the market and I look for other people's experiences, but instead of partnering with them, I just pay them one time. Because then this removes the need to like split percentage shifts. I don't want to deal with like another person who wants to put a creative input. I just want to come with my own ideas. And so I like to go outside of my sphere of influence and experience and go look for other people who have that. And then I come up with a product that would sell well in the market just by doing market research. I tell them what to create, boom, 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 boom. And now I have a product I can sell. Now, I'm starting with talking about this, like I said, because I want to show you that you don't need to base it off of your own experience and your own story. That does not matter. You don't need that. That's not, your product's not going to sell because you have some huge epiphany bitch script story on your sales page. Like so many people thought that's why people buy, is because of the story. Because they're all told, hook, story, offer. Oh my gosh, I need a story. Oh my gosh, I don't have a story, so I can't sell this product. When the truth is I barely have stories in my offers I'm running. Like who cares? So you don't need that. You don't need that. Now, I want to also address, like for some of you, like, I don't want to do publishing. I don't want to go work with someone else. I want to create my own product myself. Well, or maybe you're like, well, Josh, like I want to do publishing, but I don't know what market to get into or what audience, what product to tell them to create, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm going to walk you through just quickly my simple process that I look at or follow to just start from like 0 to 1. So the way I look at it is, you know, and Alan, I so cringe, but my mentor, but truly he's taught me a lot. But Alan, he always told me that, you know, getting rich has a lot more to do with the market than the offer you're selling. Because you can have an amazing offer, really good product, in a market that has no money, and you won't make any money. Or you can have an amazing product in a market that's, you know, too saturated or too aware, and you'll never make money off it. And so getting rich has a lot more to do with the market you're in. So I always start with just like, hey, what's a market that's growing where customers are coming into it and there's also people selling stuff to it. A lot of people like the idea of, oh, this blue ocean, get into the market where nobody's fishing. But what that brings a red flag to me, because I'm like, why is nobody fishing in this pond? Like, either I got here so early and I'm so lucky and no one found this hidden fishing spot, or the fish in this pond aren't big enough. And the chances are it's not because you got really lucky and early to the game. That's super hard to do. So usually it's the other option. So I like to go into a market where I know that there's some sort of superstructure creating customers, or an audience, and that there's other people selling to that audience. Because what I can then do is I can go into that market, look at what other people are selling to them, turn those things into a problem, and say like, this stuff doesn't work. Like I did this with group funnels. I was like, why are you using paid ads? Go to your group, go use organic, blah blah blah. Like all my offers, they all just disrupt. That's one of my things, is I only do offers that disrupt other processes that the market believes in. So I do that. I find a market. I go at like an emerging market that's growing and being fished in. Then I go look at what those people that are fishing in are selling. I turn those things into a problem. And then once I turn those things into a problem, like I come up with like how I can turn it into a problem, then I come up with a product that will be the solution to those problems. And then I can go find someone to create the product for me, or I can just create it. Boom, 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 boom. I went from 0 to 1. Now I have an idea of a good offer that's going to sell. So that is how I do it. Now, one thing that I love, and someone reminded me of Lana, she's in Nothing Held Back. She was sharing the idea of the Disney design process, how they essentially had 3 floors at the Disney, like, where they make the movies. And the first floor was like the dreamers. The next stage was like the realism stage or floor. And then the last people were the critics. And so the people on the bottom would just dream, come up with these crazy ideas. Then they'd set it up to the top, the second floor, and they'd be like, well, like I like this dream, but like let's make it a little more realistic, and they wouldn't be as like too harsh on it, so they let the dream kind of play out. And then they would bring it over and be like, they bring it over to the critics. They would, do the fine details. So when you're creating an offer, you need to do this. You need to start the dreaming stage where you dream up products and ideas and markets. Then you need to be realistic and say, hey, is this a good market? And then you need to be a critic, and that comes down to like when you're piecing everything together. But why, I don't understand why people start. Well, I understand it because, they want to be perfect, but a lot of people start with trying to be the critic, and then, then they move over and then they try to dream, and it just breaks. So that's another thing that'll really help you. But anyways, I'm getting tired. I'm about to get to my spot where I'm gonna work on some more copy, so I'm gonna let you guys go. But please share this if this was valuable. Make sure to like this wherever it's posted. If you guys need any help with your offers, let me know. If you'd like to have me build out your offer one-on-one over a Zoom call for an hour, I do $500 hour consults. That's pretty much the only thing I have to sell you right now. So I'm not Alex Mosey. I do have stuff to sell you. And after an hour-long call, you will walk away knowing how to structure your offer and know what your offer is, your messaging, blah, 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 blah. But other than that, enjoy the free content. Keep crushing it. Let's make sure everyone wins, and I will see you later.